Hey Scorpio, hey, welcome to you and welcome to your reading. All right, so Spirit is sending you a couple of images and they're showing me some visions here, so I want to relay those to you. But one of the first things that's coming through as I'm opening up into your energy is they're showing me what looks like a branding iron. Yes, and the branding iron, like I guess what they would use to like brand cattle, I suppose, but this could be used for anything. It honestly just looks really nondescript here, but it's a branding iron. And they're showing me what looks like the symbol on the iron almost looks like an S, kind of like Scorpio S. But it's interesting because it doesn't quite fit the design of an S, and it has this like S has a tail on it, which is really interesting. So I don't know what that means. It feels like it's specific maybe to someone, or maybe it's part of this energy, but that's how Spirit's kind of opening up into your energy. All right, and welcome if you're new here. So glad you're here. I went ahead and set a spiritual quarantine, and that spiritual quarantine will come down at the end, and I'll let you know when we get there. The other thing though that Spirit is showing me here, so they showed me that image first, and they dropped me into a completely different scene here. And the other thing they're showing me now is when I'm coming into it, and as we're looking at this scene together, it's what looks like a table. So I see a table with a tablecloth on it. And sitting on this table is what looks like an old, like one of those old time like cassettes. It could also potentially be like a radio, but it looks like almost like a cassette or cassette player. I can't really tell. It's really interesting, and this is like a little bit before my time, so I'm not exactly sure like what this is, but it's very clear it's supposed to be playing music or playing like the radio or something, some sound, and it's supposed to be coming out of this. And I'm seeing what looks like the movement of like I don't know if that's where the recording of the cassette actually is in the wheels, but there's like wheels spinning on it in the front, almost as if a cassette were playing. That's what it would look like. Yes. So I'm seeing that on this like tablecloth, and this tablecloth looks kind of like red and white checkered. And it's clear that this like cassette player or radio is definitely something from the past, but then it's kind of set in this very interesting scene. I can see we're in like, what looks like a restaurant, and it's really, really busy. And as I'm hearing, because I was trying to tune into like what I'm hearing, it's really busy and really loud in this restaurant. And the thing about this cassette player and this radio is it's not playing any music, or at least I can't hear it, or you can't hear it in this scene. And that all feels really strange. There's something really strange about this energy, but that's all Spirit showed me. They're pulling me into this scene where we see this cassette player, we see the wheels spinning, but there's no music, and it's in this like really loud, busy restaurant, but no one seems to be paying attention to this. It's almost like this cassette player or this radio is like out of place somehow. So I don't know what this fully means. This is a metaphor from Spirit, and this is setting the theme for your reading, Scorpio. But we're going to dive deeper into this because they have something they really want to talk with you about today. And it feels a bit mysterious. Like they're not telling me a lot more than that. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the tarot cards and hopefully get a little bit more clarity here. All right. So glad you're here. All right, as we're opening up into this, I do want to ask very quickly, Spirit, is there anything going well within this energy and within what Scorpio is going through right now? Okay, that card. Where is it? Interesting. Okay, so they give you 3 cards. Okay, so they gave you the 7 of Swords. They're saying in reverse. This is coming through as almost like you like solving the mystery here. That's such an interesting way to read this card. But this is a card typically of like, it can be around like deception or illusion. It's also coming through as like something that's like out of place here. It's almost like, I don't know, these swords are a bit out of place, and I'm seeing the snake wound around that. Whereas everything else here is very orderly. It's almost like this is kind of, it doesn't quite fit. Yeah, this is coming through. Seven of Swords in reverse is coming through here as almost like getting to the bottom of something. Yes, that's the way I would describe that. This is you getting to the bottom of something. I really like it. And I'm struck by the fact they gave you the Devil Tarot card, and they're connecting this snake as the same snake in this card as well. Yes. Okay, so I feel like you're getting to the bottom of some deep healing. Yes, you've been needing to process or to work through is the way I would say that. The Devil Tarot card can really speak to like unhealthy patterns. It can speak to like toxicity. It can speak to things that they're saying, patterns that you need to break. Yes. But it feels like you're getting to the bottom of some sort of pattern or some sort of unhealthy, I don't know if it's behavior or something that just isn't serving you. Yes. And they are saying this is something within your healing specifically. Interesting, because they're showing me the other person on this card. Like there are two people here, but they really want to focus on your part in this. So it's possible that you may be going through something this is not for everyone here, but you may be going through something with someone outside of you right now. Maybe it feels like it's causing some stress. Okay. This also can come in as like different parts of yourself. So whereas these could be two separate people, maybe one is you, maybe one is someone else. This can also be for some of you as it's coming through from spirit. It feels like kind of seeing another side of yourself. Yes, as almost as if these were both your parts. Okay, both aspects of you. Okay, yeah, you're getting to the bottom of something. I'm really sensing that. They're really showing the snake really strongly. Did you hear that? Yes, okay, that snake is really important. There's something that's winding through this energy right now, which again, I'm getting like, it's almost like kind of like a Stranger Things vibe here, like the show. Like it's a little mysterious. It's a little like, you know, what is actually going on with this cassette player that feels like out of place completely. Okay, and then they give you the Page of Wands. This is interesting. This is coming through as an energy of like restoring your innocence somehow, or coming back to the innocence. Almost as if this page, what they're saying to me is like this Page of Wands ended up becoming morphed into the devil energy through something that happened. I don't know what it is. Hopefully we'll get to look at that in a second. But it's almost like you come back into like some natural innocence. You can see how kind of like innocent this person looks on this card. Yes. Okay. It's quite possible there has been, or you've been feeling some anger. Yeah, they're sending that through as well, confirming that feeling or that emotion. Okay, so let's go deeper into this. We're just gonna deep dive into this mystery of this snake and go into it. So Spirit, what's on top here? What's with this devil energy? You want this card? I definitely want that card. Wow. Can you say more? Oh, wow. And this card? Oh, one more. Okay. So I give you a couple cards here. So we've only pulled a couple cards. They give you Page of Wands twice, Scorpio. So you have this twice. They're saying it's in reverse. Okay, they also gave you the Hanged Man. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so they're saying something here. Here's what they're showing me. I want to show you really quickly. So they're showing, because they showed me the Page of Wands in reverse and this Hanged Man. this card is upright. But you see how both of these people are like hanging upside down, at least the way it looks here? Yeah, so Spirit's saying something here about getting to the bottom of what this is. I do feel like, oh, so sorry, there's a fly there. I do feel like yeah, it feels like getting to the bottom of something. They're showing the energy now of these two cards like plunging almost downwards. So I don't know if this, is that it? Okay, it almost feels like you've been in some sort of like metaphorical rock bottom somewhere, or you've continued to, it feels like your experience has been that things have been getting worse, is what I'm hearing. Yes, with whatever you're experiencing right now as you're coming into this reading. And this energy feels like it's been going for a while. There's something about this energy. It feels like it's been going for a while for you. Yes. Okay. Yeah, they're saying that's really strong. Now, they want to clarify here. So I have something else coming through. They just sent a message through my phone for you. But they're trying to say also that this energy isn't exactly personal to you either. It's actually an energy that I think it definitely has been, they're saying, it definitely has been collective. But you've been feeling this really deeply and really strongly. And it's almost like you've been plunging through this, it's almost like a metaphorical darkness in some way. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing both of those like the people in those cards like plunging through. Again, going downwards, and they're connecting it in with this devil energy. Okay, so it's almost like going into some of the deepest kind of parts of yourself that have not felt totally comfortable. Yeah. Now they're also showing this is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Yep. Totally. So this feels completely unstable. They're also showing the Page of Pentacles here. Is that upright? Okay, the Page of Pentacles is upright. I feel like there's been a sense of instability somewhere in your life here. Now, this could possibly be around like your home life. This could be around your finances, feeling like you're at rock bottom. This could be within a relationship that you're in, just feeling like this can't get any worse. That's the phrase they keep sending through, is that it can't get any worse. Yeah, okay, I'm just writing that down because they're saying that really strongly. And again, that's coming in connected with this devil energy. And then we have this Page of Pentacles, which is really interesting. They're showing this, you see these like kind of swirls through the card. They're showing it as if it were also like the energy of the snake. It's still connecting in with that. But it's almost like you've been looking for like an opportunity or some sort of offer. This is coming through as like a metaphorical offer to get out of this space. Yes, to kind of climb out of it. It's weird because they're showing me now the image of this person like climbing out of a hole, almost like in the earth, like almost like rock climbing out of like a chasm. That's an interesting image they're showing me. Yes, but you've been looking for an opportunity to actually get yourself out of this situation or this dynamic or this feeling that you've been in. Okay, and again, it feels like it goes really deep here. This feels really deep. Okay. So they're saying something here about it can't get any worse. What is this about? What is that about? What do you want to say? This card. Upright? Yes, and reverse. So this is the watering can. Yeah, it says asking for help. It says sharing burdens. Again, it's coming out in reverse. I don't think you've even known how to, I don't even think you've known like what help to ask for this. Like, quite frankly. Yeah, that's what it feels like. You're just like, this is You know, again, it can't get worse. I don't even know how I'd get out of this situation. I don't even know how I'd climb out of this like hole, out of this chasm, out of this, you know, wherever this plunging energy is going. Yes, so you haven't even known where to ask for help. I do think with that energy coming in upright as well, I do think you've been trying though. Yeah, okay, that feels strong from Spirit. They are confirming that. It's actually something I do feel like you've been putting out into the universe. I do think there has been some ask for help. Now, I don't know if that's you've been asking your Spirit team. You may have been asking others for certain like levels of support. Maybe you've been asking within this relationship or connection, if that's how this reading resonates with you, and you've been asking for support there, but it just doesn't feel like you've had any meaningful ability to get out of this. They're showing me right now the image of like water coming down, like almost like pouring out of this can and coming down into the like rock hole here, or the, you know, whatever this pit is. Yeah, and it's almost like you've been trying to get out, but now there's like water splashing in your face. Okay. Interesting. I feel like Spirit just wants you to see this. I feel like this is what you already know, Spirit, but they're kind of, or Scorpio, but they're kind of wanting you to know that Spirit has been aware of the energy that you've been in. So part of this reading is attempting to give you confirmation about the experience that you've been having, actually. Okay? Yeah. So that's what they're laying out right now. With this card. Give you the Two of Wands. Interesting. Okay, they want to say more. Hold on. Hold this down. This card. So interesting how they're pulling out these cards today. It's like they are really talking to you, Scorpio. Like they're really talking to you. Okay. What else? This card? One more? All right, they have one more card for you. Hold on. Hold on. Ready? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so here we go. Again, they're just throwing them out today. All right, so we have that Two of Wands. We have the World. They have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Swords upright. Okay, so I feel like, as Spirit is saying through these cards, is that you've been strategizing. You've been trying to figure a way out of this. Now, some of this, they're showing me the Two of Swords in my mind's eye as well. Some of this has been subconscious. Some of this has been conscious for you. Some of it you've been thinking about, kind of like the King of Swords energy, like you've been consciously processing some of this. But you've actively been looking for a way out of this, or a way to like climb out of this, or a way forward, is what they're saying. So this is coming through as talking about the journey that you've been on, that you've been constantly looking for, again, almost like this Page of Pentacles energy, looking for like an opening, or looking for an opportunity or an offer. Again, it's coming through as like an opening, very generally, into, I'm hearing, escaping where you're at right now with this energy. Okay, now that's where the World card comes in. It's almost like wanting to put an end to this, and it has felt like trying to bring this to an end has almost been impervious to the effort, to whatever work you've been putting in towards this. Again, Spirit is saying here, especially with this watering can, it's not that, it feels like you've been actively trying and putting in effort to try to like climb out of this hole, or trying to like, again, get yourself out of this situation, or find a different path. Or again, I feel like you've been doing a lot of different things, but it just feels like it is almost, this is coming through as like impervious to your will and to your willpower with this. Yes, and again, the Eight of Pentacles speaks to like work. It speaks to putting in effort. It can speak to building something, creating something, but in this reading, it's coming through as like the effort and the energy that you've been putting in to try to bring this to a close. The world is all about, this tarot card is all about endings, and this is coming in really connected in with that Devil tarot card. You see the same snake here? Again, you've been trying to bring this to an end. Okay, this devil energy, whatever it is that has you kind of like metaphorically sunk, okay? Yeah, and it just hasn't worked. And they're sending through the King of Swords. This is an interesting energy. I almost feel like, again, this has almost felt like it's been impervious to like any sort of like logicking or any sort of like, I don't, again, help that you've asked for, or it just feels like it keeps, again, when you ask for help, it's like this watering can and kind of like pours on you. See what I'm saying? It's just, it hasn't felt like there's been a good, like, you haven't been able to really get a good path or grip to get out of this in any way. What is this? This King of Swords is bothering me. Hold on. What is this King of Swords about, Spirit? It's not quite... What's with the King of Swords? It's coming in with an element of air, of like almost like floating out of this hole. You want those three? Okay. Okay, so they gave you a couple cards here. They gave you three. So they gave you the Judgment card. Interesting. And I'm almost seeing here, they're showing me right now the image of like these people almost like rising up to the call of this like angelic person or angel here. And again, there's like a rising energy with this King of Swords. It's coming in with the element of air, which is what the swords are connected with. Interesting. We have the Lovers card. They're saying in reverse. Okay. And we have the Five of Swords. Is that upright? Yeah, and that's upright. Okay, so let's piece this together because they're only giving me like, again, it's almost like we're having to solve something here. It's a mystery. Okay, they're saying here that the Lovers in reverse is actually the antidote to the Devil energy. For some of you, this may mean potentially, I don't know if it's like parting ways or going a different direction. It just feels like it is oppositional to this energy you're in. Some of you are in relationships or connections right now that fully aren't serving you and are in fact bringing up shadow material and bringing up different elements of self that don't feel completely comfortable for you, but also feel like they aren't adding to your growth in any meaningful way, and in fact are taking from you is what they're saying. So the Lovers in reverse is coming through as saying that you know what the medicine is for that situation. This is trying to show you in a physical form on a tarot card what the actual solution is. Okay, now that message is not for everyone, but it is for a few of you, and I think you know if that is you. I think it's what you suspected, and it's almost like finally making the call, like the Judgment card says. It's all about like making the call to kind of see this clearly and see it for what it is. There's an energy here with the Five of Swords. This is giving a bit of like, I don't usually always read this card this way, but it's giving a kind of like walking away energy. As you see like these people kind of walking away here. Yes. Okay, so that's for some of you. That's not for everyone. Okay. So if that message is for you, that's for you. Okay. The other bit we have here, if that's not your situation, if let's say this is a dynamic you're finding yourself in, maybe it's financial, maybe it's related to work, maybe it's related to your home space, that feels really strong for a few of you here, okay? That's just not related to like a romantic relationship or partnership or friendship, okay, or connection of some type. This message is a little bit different here. Okay. Okay, so it's almost like, okay, so they're showing the same two cards again, the Devil and the Lovers in reverse, but it's almost coming through as like bringing other parts of yourself to the forefront who can almost like counter this energy right now. Okay, so here's what Spirit's directly saying. They're saying you actually have within you the ability to get out of this. There are parts of you that exist that can navigate you out of this situation. It's almost like what they're showing me now is like you actually have a rock climber part, like aspect of self that knows actually how to maneuver along the like rock wall to get up out of this chasm. Yes. Okay, so it's almost like calling on those parts of yourself to help you see this through. Yes, it's almost like this King of Swords is coming through as very like methodical. It is logical in a way. It's almost like knowing they have something they can pull out. Like it's almost like here's a this is really interesting. They're also showing me right now like the image of like being at a casino or something and pulling out like a card, like maybe this is for blackjack or something, and pulling it out of their like sleeve or out of their back here, and just it's the right one, and there's like a jackpot energy here. Yes, it's almost like, you know, you have something up your sleeve. Yes, that's how I would describe this energy. It's like you have something up your sleeve that you can use here. And actually, there are still more parts of you yet that you're not seeing that may even be behind your back. It's almost like you're not seeing it. You actually have like a rock climber part, or you have a part that is actually can breathe water. And even if the water is coming down the kind of pit, it's like you'll be fine. It's, I don't know. Spirit is trying to say like you actually have within you the solution to this problem or this situation that you're finding yourself in. They're saying that very clearly. It's almost like you have some skills here that I don't think you're aware of that you have. Yes. This also feels like an encouragement to even potentially explore those skills. So another way this Five of Swords is coming through is like almost as if there are other parts of yourself. Like this is one part of yourself, another part. Again, a lot of this energy is coming through as like potentially different parts of self, okay? That's how this is coming through. Like there's actually a part of you that knows how to do these things and has the skill to maneuver this situation and to get you out of this in a way, okay? But it's almost like, again, they're saying there's a part that even floats, that can fly. Like you actually have more than you know, and it's almost like it's behind your back. I just don't feel like you're seeing it. They keep showing me this Two of Swords energy. Okay, so what else can we say here, Spirit? What else, I mean, how do they see these parts? Is there anything we can say there? All right, they're saying yes. Okay, they're saying something about like, don't worry about the time it takes. They're saying you've got this. Interesting. Oh, okay, so they're connecting in right now. They're also saying that's the reason you can't hear the music, because the music are the other notes or the other keys that you would need to be able to kind of somehow elevate your frequency for you to be able to almost float out of this like rock bottom that you're in. Interesting. So that's how the cassette player relates. It's almost like I'm starting to hear the music wind up actually, and like the background noise die, but I do think that does mean quieting some of the background noise. Yes. Okay, what does that even mean? Can you say more about what is this music? What is the frequency? How can they see this or hear this? This card. Interesting. They're saying something here about going to, especially with this Nine of Pentacles, it's like going to a quiet space for yourself. For some of you, this is around taking some alone time in a space that feels safe and grounded for you and going deep within, almost as if you were meditating, almost as if you were introspecting. They're showing me the Hermit Tarot card in my mind's eye. Interesting. It's like being, for some of you, it may be in nature. Yep. This is coming through the star with healing. It's coming through with the frequency. Interesting. Okay. I'm hearing right now the water being poured out of the water bearers, like holders here, the vases, whatever these are. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, part of this reading is meant to give you some of that healing. So hang on. This card. The moon. Yep. This is coming in, it's bringing healing into the shadow spaces. Interesting. Yes, the parts that you're not seeing. Okay. It's like I'm almost hearing the like dogs howl now. There's suddenly like a lot of sound actually. Yes, and I'm very clearly hearing this cassette tape now. Anything else? Interesting, this card. Yep, King of Cups. Again, it's just bringing more healing. More healing. Same with the star. Same with the water bearer. Yes. Good. This is also connecting into your energy, Scorpio. Yeah, they're also reminding you, you definitely know how to metaphorically breathe water. You are a water sign. Yeah, good. Anything else? Let's go. Very good. Yeah. And there's some healing. It feels like there's some like past wounds that have been kind of caught up in this rock bottom that you've been in. Yes. Some experiences you've been through in the past that feel like they were traumatic. That have kept you stuck kind of in this pit. So Spirit is taking a moment here to support with some of those frequencies. One more. This one. Very good. Yes. I see you getting up out of the chasm. I don't know, they're showing this as like a bit into the chasm of the water here. For some of you, it means you're walking away. For some of you, it means you are going towards parts of yourself. Good. Okay, and seeing what's new here. There's something coming through with this Eight of Cups of seeing what's new. Yeah, there's a lot of healing coming through, a lot of water energy. I think that you've been missing, actually. That feels really strong. So it's almost like Spirit has been trying to give you the help and is giving it to you now through this reading, okay? But through that watering can energy is wanting to ensure that you are, they're saying hydrated in some way. Yes, spiritually. Okay, anything else? Good. There it is. It says dissolve. It says release identity, merge with source. Yes, it's almost like sending that healing into those places that it's needed, particularly those traumatic places that you've experienced that may have been repeating in this situation. Spirit is wanting to support you to bring that energy, bring healing into those places, and to support you in being able to almost float, like floating on air, floating on water as that hole is filling. So you can simply float to the top. It has required parts of you that can swim, parts of you that can climb, parts of you that can hear, parts of you that can connect in with the divine. And it will allow you to dissolve those barriers that you've been experiencing, allowing you to experience real healing, and allowing you to move forward and to no longer be stuck in unhelpful cycles and patterns. Yes, Spirit deeply wants you to live a life of joy and wants you to experience happiness. Is that it? All right. So I hope this has been helpful for you. We're going to go ahead and close out with a final oracle card, and then I am going to read from the guidebook and channel any final healing messages or transmissions they need for you. Final card. This one. Oh, that's funny. Do you want that one? And this one. Okay. Those two. All right, so we got two for you. We have the volcano. Yeah. It says relationships. It says express, don't stagnate. And I'm struck by the fact there are two people once again on this card. So I just did a reading recently for Capricorn that actually talked about this energy. So for any of you who may also have Capricorn placements, I might encourage you to watch that reading that I have on my channel, the one I just posted a couple days ago. So that's definitely calling out to that. This is also confirming for some of you around your relationships, what may be needed to express, don't stagnate. The other card here we have is the Hagstone. It says energy shield, protection, and inner strength. Which one do you want to read? Okay. Yeah, so there's a call here with this card to remember your own inner strength and that you have the strength to see this through. You have the strength to get yourself out of any situation, in fact, and you are absolutely capable, and Spirit is here supporting you. This is calling you to remember that you are divinely supported and protected, and that you will find a way to make it through this, in fact. And this reading was here to help you because Spirit deeply loves you and wants you to know that you are, in fact, supported always. Okay, so we're going to read the volcano. Behold the fiery dance of the volcano, a testament to nature's potent alchemy. During its magnificent eruption, ancient rock yields to transformation, giving birth to new molten forms that cool into creation. A vivid reminder that even seemingly unchanging stone holds the seeds of renewal and regeneration. If we fail to express our anger, it can turn into resentment. When we feel upset or frustrated, it's easy to let it slide for fear of upsetting someone, but then it might build into something bigger. If we find a way to communicate clearly and compassionately, We can avoid unnecessary conflict, confusion, and separation. The Volcano card invites you to express your feelings now before they get out of hand, to clearly state what your experience is so you can solve it now before it turns into something else. This card generally comes up when we need to express something that's been left unsaid. This doesn't mean that you must be aggressive or volatile. Instead, it's about having the conversation before it turns into something bigger. When we leave our feelings to fester, they can grow red hot and eat us up from within. But if we can process our feelings and express them in a way that's kind and honest, we can avoid unnecessary harm to a relationship. You may be being called to express your feelings to yourself with a practice such as journaling. You may be being called to find a way to process your own inner dialogue, or to have a conversation with someone else in which you express yourself. And the Ancient Stones activation is, I gather up the courage to express my feelings before they turn into something bigger than they need to be. Please guide me to express myself clearly, yet kindly. This card is coming in with a lot of energy. Spirit is asking you to leverage the energy of the volcano, the energy that is present here within this card, to almost propel yourself out of this abyss, crevice, rock bottom that you are experiencing. They want you to use that energy. For some of you, this does mean having difficult conversations. For some of you, this does mean confronting parts of yourself that you haven't wanted to see. For some of you, this means taking the leap. But no matter what, this is intended to provide you additional energy and to ensure that you are able to heal the ways you need to heal in order to feel that deep sense of satisfaction, contentment, and happiness. For some of you, this does mean needing to resolve things in relationships. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think we've come to the end of this reading. Wow, that's so powerful and impactful. It does feel like, yeah, Scorpio, you've been in some sort of like cycle here, especially with, I'm seeing again that cassette tape and the kind of spinning of that cassette tape, and now we're hearing the music of it, and that feels really, really lovely. It's almost like now that cassette tape almost fits, that radio almost fits in this scene. It's like it's providing the music for the restaurant that I'm seeing and that we're seeing here. So I do sense you have within you everything that you need. It is a matter of you working with your different sides of self and parts of self to be able to navigate this situation, and embracing parts of yourself that you haven't yet seen. Alrighty, well, I hope this reading has been helpful for you. I really appreciate you've been here today, and we got to do this reading together today. If you could kindly give this reading a like, or you can even drop a comment that lets me know if this found you where it needed to today, with Spirit support and guidance. If these types of messages are resonant for you and you would like additional support as you continue to navigate this situation, definitely feel free to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for when new messages come through for you from Spirit. I also do have a Patreon subscription as well. If you would like more guided readings for a smaller group, especially if you are actively working on your healing, definitely feel free to check that out. I have that in the description box below. I'm also doing personal tarot readings, so if you would like your own personal reading and your own specific message and transmission from Spirit, definitely feel free to look at that. I have information in the description box below, as well as other healing services that I'm offering. All right, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to be here with you today, Scorpio, and I hope you have found this to be helpful. The spiritual quarantine is going to come down now on this reading, but I will see you at our next one. It's been so good to be with you today. All right, I will see you. Thanks for joining me.